This time I want to show you some measurements, very, very long measurements about years on a climbing board. On the climbing board I did on myself and on competition climbers, and I will show you the problems of mass data production. Yeah, my motivation was here. If you have the Pareto rule in climbing, well, if you invest just 3%, you can do what everybody can. You can go via Farate. You can climb in the multi-diet twice a week. If you train twice a week, yeah, you can climb some nice multi-pitch routes. If you can or train twice a week, maybe you can do some nice 7Ds in Austria, for instance, or in Ferentino. And if you climb as often as possible, as I did, without any further scientific background, then maybe you come to the 8B level. But if you enter the professional zone, you have to train cleverly. You have to use scientific principles, this is up to use, and you have to monitor somehow objective parameters. And this is what I did. I mounted 3 boards above one each other for dynamic movements, and monitored the forces with 4 sensors. Yeah, the hardware, 2 boards are mounted vertically. The lower board was equipped with 3. The upper one is just one load cell of HPM. Yes, we use the Forns transducer AX711, which, surprisingly enough, provides data with ATS. You've already had it before. I use the Arduino-based, and sure, I do the Bluetooth communication to the laptop, and I implemented a lot of acoustical and optical signals just to have the climber do what he has to do. Yeah, the sampling rate was, yeah, yes. And yeah, these are and just for this slide, the summary, the hardware is simple. It's well-established technology. More or less, you take your fake cables and just put it into the plug, and it's more or less 10% of all the effort. Yeah, but you have to do the measurement. There's the measurements after you have to do the measurement. Yeah, it's used for data acquisition. You have to give a feedback to the elite and to the engineer that everything is all right. You have to store the data cleverly, so to increase the data management. I implemented a video system. We have to do the calibration, and under any cost, anyhow, you have to reduce post-processing at all costs. Because just to give you an example, I wanted to do the joke. My training season 22 to 21 was the best recorded ever because I have 300,000 pictures available. And you have tons of, a lot of athletes. You have tons of data. So if there's any failure in data processing, in the data acquisition, you lose hours in the post processing. So you have to do some post processing, in my opinion. Yeah, let's look like this, because you have tons of data. Then the data acquisition may provide errors. There are some, no, in this picture there's none, but sometimes there are some outliers. So there are problems with the data transmission, and the athletes cheat. So they start with the wrong hand. They try to swing in order to jump higher. They use the wrong ledge. So errors occur whenever it's possible. And you have to extract some parameter for evaluation, which is more or less to the scientific. So what exercise did we investigate? Yeah, we investigated doppel dyno. Here the respective forces. Here 3-finger, 1 arm, 2-finger, 1 arm, 3-finger, 2 arms, and so on. And sometimes I decided for myself without better knowledge, sometimes with the trainers. But yeah, at least it remains a lot of data. So, and then there is always, you have to use some parameters. You can use the max acceleration during the movement. You can do the holding time above a certain threshold. You can use the area above a certain threshold. This is what I like most. You can match the time to get from 0, from one parameter to another, from 0.2 g to 0.35 or whatever height. You can use, you can like, if you like mathematics, you can use the Hausdorff dimension, which I really like. You can calculate some smoothness parameter, or you can do some double integral. You can use to estimate the height. So there are tons of parameters. Use whatever you like. So this is, for instance, my training season started in March 21. You can see some movement. Yeah, I was quite good. Yeah, I think I did too much rock climbing. Yeah, I injured my wrist. Oh, what happened there? Had a weak start, but now I'm up. Yeah, looks quite good for a weekend climber. So now we can have a look what do better climbers than me. What does it look like? Here, ISO Mark 3 means 3 fingers on the 20 millimeters left. Yeah, these are yeah, this is you know who, and these are some competitions climber. Yeah, they are in the regional competitions, and your bum is also start my show. And yeah, if you like to, you can do some high mathematical stuff. What I like most is principal component analysis. Here, instance, I analyze the movement of the double dyno. You can see 3 principal components. First, there's an acceleration at the drop, and there's the second is just a delayed speed, some milliseconds afterwards. And the first one is the acceleration, and the second one is for the dead athletes who are able to push. And if you do a scatter plot, here is the block of the climbers, and well, here's the best one. So you can see best climber just has enough muscle power to also to accelerate on a very disadvantaged angle. So this is my summary. It was a setup of a measurement device. This was the easy part. I did the software for the data acquisition. Well, much to play around. Software for data evaluation. This is the main problem. I did the long-term study. We checked the competition climbers every 3 months. Well, I do some playing around with mathematics to do a movement analysis. Yeah, and I sneaked myself into the competition climber just to have a comparison. So, and thanks again.